Sometimes life takes an unexpected turn, and no matter whose fault it is, you have to be the one to fix things if you want it to get better.
You see that? That's called having a hole in your wall.
What's up, YouTube? It's Hair Jordan. Literally 2 days ago, I just posted the video of me being like, hey, I'm done building the van house camper thing, and here's all the footage from all summer long of making it. And then that was 2 days ago. And then today, we wake up to somebody crashing into us while we're parked. This is up on the bed. This is where Vanessa's head was, right here, and the thing came through. You see the whole panel is just like busted open, and that's where it came through. It just barely missed her. Such a close call.
The pipe thing went right through that hole. That is insane that she didn't like die. You know what I mean? Damn.
There's like wood chips and everything all over the bed. It just like splintered. When it hit, it was just like, and there's just like, yeah, chips of wood everywhere in here now. So, how do you feel about what happened, Vanessa?
I almost died. But I'm okay, okay.
What happened was, it was a construction truck. A construction worker, they had a gate on the back, like this big metal pole on the back that like holds stuff in place, I guess. Well, they didn't shut it all the way or something. So when they were driving, it like flew open and it hit, as he was driving down the road, it hit one van that was parked, and then it swung the other way, and then it swung, he didn't know, he kept driving, and it swung the other way, and that's when it hit us. And it was just like, and it went through the wall, broke the panel on the inside and on the outside, and Vanessa, it was 1 inch from her head because she was in bed, because it happened this morning. Her head was on the pillow and it was like right there. It's like such a close call. Thankfully it didn't hit her and she's okay. But now there's a big hole in the wall right by our bed. So the guy, like the owner of the construction company, we talked to him on the phone and he said he would come by and sort it out with us because the guy worked for the construction company. And so me and the other guy who got hit, like it wasn't like, I don't know, it's only gonna be a couple $100 to fix, you know? And so for them, they'd rather pay cash than turn it into their insurance, which, yeah, I would too. Or they were just gonna fix it. You guys are a construction company and they said they could fix it. So I was like, that would be great, just fix it. And then I won't have to mess with it. So that's what they were gonna do. But the problem is that they can't fix it today because they're busy. And that would mean we would have to sleep with the big hole in the wall right by our heads. And that's not really an option we wanted to take. So I was like, dude, it's gotta be fixed. Like, we need to sleep somewhere tonight, you know? So I just told him to give me some money and I'll fix it. Actually, that's what he offered, and I was like, that's fine. He didn't want to pay enough for it.
So the guy destroys our wall, and then is gonna leave us out to dry for the night. I thought about just filing with the insurance company. I looked into it, and it sounded like they'd put us in a hotel until it was fixed. But that would also introduce a whole new set of complicated problems that I don't want to deal with. First of all, they could find one little reason why the van isn't street legal and use that against us. Even though I've tried as much as my knowledge allows to make it street legal, they could find a loophole. I also wouldn't even know where to begin getting a price quote for this type of thing. Since it's all custom built, it would be a very tricky and time-consuming process. I decided that it would be faster, easier, and probably turn out better in the end if I just fixed it myself. I'm just not sure that I trust anyone else to work on it.
They gave us $200 and we're gonna fix it with that, which I wanted more, but that's what we got. It was either that or go through the insurance company or wait for him to fix it when he got around to it, and neither one of those options sounded very good, so.
All right, so we have $200 to fix the van with. Vanessa, here's for your pain and suffering. All right, $180. And I know I need a Monster Energy drink if I'm gonna be working on the van.
That's what it looks like on the outside. That's where the pole came and went through. And so for this panel, it's here on up and then all the way down. Like that's all, it's one huge panel.
Sorry, there's a lot of traffic right now, and that's not gonna be fun to replace. And then if we take the entire panel off and I have to replace it, I have to waterproof it. So I don't know, I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. Also, I don't have tools. When I built this, I was borrowing tools from my dad, so. I mean, I have some. The beams are here and here, so I have to replace this whole entire panel, which goes back behind this panel. It's gonna be a huge pain.
even if the insurance paid for someone to fix it, where am I gonna take it? You know, it's like I just don't trust anyone else to do it right, since it's such a like custom thing. Because right now it doesn't leak. We have no leaks, and that's like a huge deal. And I don't want it to be done wrong. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I just can't explain it. I mean, I wouldn't have agreed to it if I didn't think I could fix it. Just when I thought I was done. But that's okay. We're gonna fix it. So we gotta drive to Home Depot, and then we'll do that part next. It turns out materials at Home Depot in Los Angeles are way more expensive than what I paid for the stuff at Lowe's in Indiana. It was more than double the cost for the same things. I almost didn't believe it at first, but fortunately for us, I've gotten pretty good at being resourceful. It's such a small service area, I'm thinking a tube of straight up silicone would work. I don't know. I'm gonna look around and see what I find. So I'm going through my tools trying to find something that's like what I need to fix the wall. It's just so hot. It's really hot today and we're like parked in the sun. It'd be better to just like go in and like edit a video at the library or some shit like that. But instead I'm out here like trying to fix the wall, rebuild part of this freaking van I just built. Ugh, I do not want to be out here doing this. It's too hot, but not really much I could do. I don't want to just leave ourselves with a wall exposed all night, so yeah. So I just remembered that I have a spare panel in here. Well, sort of. It's like covering up underneath my desk, but it's like a little bigger than I need it, and I kind of just never cut it down. I never painted it either. But this whole thing, it goes back there. That'll be perfect for a backer. So I'm just gonna cut off a corner that's back there. It's under the desk and behind a beam, so you won't even see it. And I'll use that for the backer. So that saved me from having to buy a whole new sheet and cut it down. So that's good. And then I found the piece actually where the pole came through, like it broke off one clean piece. Well, for the most part. So I'm gonna put a backer, and then I'm gonna put this back there and then seal it with just like straight silicone. That's what I'm gonna do for the outside. As for because replacing an entire panel would be a very major deal, because the battery bay is on the other side. So like our solar charger, the fuse panel, the battery, all that stuff is on that wall. All this, everything in here, like that's the panel I have to replace on the other side. That would be a very messy job. I'm trying to like undo all the wiring just so I can replace the entire panel if I don't have to. And I think it'll be fine if I just put a backer, put the piece of wood back in, and then patch it. It'll be solid. And then we're gonna fill it in with foam. Where'd I put the foam? Oh, right here. We're just gonna fill in where the old insulation was, the foam insulation that just like exploded into oblivion. We're gonna fill it in with this, and I'm just gonna use the entire can and just fill up the entire panel. So after I patch it, I'm just gonna fill this. It'll be like no gaps or anything. So that's what I'm doing. It's just really hot in here right now. I don't want to do it. All right, I should stop complaining for real though. It was a good day. It's a good day. I mean, it's not a crazy expensive fix. It's just the time. That's the issue. The time. And my time's pretty valuable. And I don't want to be spending it doing this, but that's okay. It happens, you know? It's part of life, so. Damn it. That's right where we sleep. That is so crazy. The pipe thing went right through that hole and just totally demolished this panel right through here, and Vanessa's pillow was right here. That is insane that she didn't like die. You know what I mean? Damn, she could have died. That's such a huge hole. It was like a big metal pipe is what, but they were using as a gate to hold stuff in their construction truck, but they didn't latch it. So when it swung open, it's just like a pipe flying down the road at whatever speed. And it hit one van like a ways behind us, so it flew open, it swung open, and then when it swung back the other way is like right when it hit us. Because if it would have just been hanging out, it would have just hit us in the rear, but it was like swinging, and that's why it hit us towards the front, because it hit us towards the front. It didn't hit us in the back, so it's like, that's unreal. I can't believe that. Thankfully the wiring is still good. That's so crazy. That almost hit you. How do you feel? Glad to be alive or sad to be alive?
I don't know.
To give you an idea, like my whole hand like fits out that hole. That is ridiculous. All right, well, it's time to screw the backer in place, and Vanessa just came back in from the laundromat, and apparently everybody's in there talking crap about our van, but they didn't know I was with you. She's like the spy. She came in, she's like, they're talking about you in your van. Well, wait till they see me hop out and start making repairs. All right, so this is us after one coat. Looking much better already. And then the second coat will be much smoother and look better. And that should do it for the outside. All right, we are done. It's getting late. It doesn't look that great right now. I need to clean up actually. As soon as there's like some foam and stuff on the walls, I need to clean all that off. I'm really sweaty right now. I probably look bad, but we have to sleep in here, you know? And so I don't want to like use Bondo and paint because it's gonna smell all night, and then we'll have to put a second coat of paint over it. So it's gonna smell for like 3 days in here if I do that. So I filled it in with the spray foam. That stuff doesn't smell. It works really well for filling in gaps like that. And I filled in the crack all the way up the top, screwed the panels back in place, filled in the hole with some other scrap wood that I had in my toolbox. So like it's solid again. I mean, it's, you know, cracked all the way to the top, but it's fine. Filled it in with the foam, and then I just put white tape over, like white duct tape over the top where the crack is, because I don't want to use Bondo and paint while we're living in here, because it smells really strong, and it'll smell for 2 or 3 days because it needs more than one coat of paint, you know, and so we don't want to deal with all that right now. So we just covered up the crack with duct tape, and that'll be fine for now. Maybe someday I'll go back and fix it right. I probably should have just replaced the entire panel, but same thing though, we would have had to paint it anyway. That's the main reason why I didn't want to replace the entire panel, is because I didn't want to have to mess with you know, sealing all around with Bondo and then painting it and letting it dry and putting a second coat of paint on it. Like that's too much when it's right by your bed and you're sleeping, you know what I mean? That wasn't really the best option, so just a temporary fix, but it's fine. It's more cosmetic than anything, but the outside is good. The outside's fine. So that's actually like sealed properly and probably better than before actually, because I filled that entire panel with foam, spray foam insulation. Now there's even more insulation than there was before. So that's good. It took most of the day to like figure out what we were doing and drive over to Home Depot and get everything we need and dig through all my tools, but it's fine now. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad. Thankfully, she didn't get hurt. At the end of the day, all is well, and we appreciate life and the tiny house a little more than we did yesterday, which is never a bad thing. And we even had time to sit down and rewatch season 2 of The Walking Dead while we ate dinner. We finished the day off, got our laundry done, the wall. It'll do. It's passable. So, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Everything the kid version of me ever dreamed to be. They call it growing up time. I call it failing at life. I still hustle every day, but I fall 10 times.